the ground. I know I'm a little man. At my 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Click, clack, charge, stack, bagging up them profits. Live stream flowing, keyboard slamming, never stop it. Tradesharpe on the rise, make them Wall Street nervous. Big account, buying lobsters at that lavish surface. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trade. Crypto, Forex, indices all aligned. Tradesharpe stunning, pockets full, feeling fine. Few account common, gains up in the skies. Every trade a banger, never see a demise. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trades. Crypto, Forex, indices all aligned. Tradesharpe stunning, pockets full, feeling fine. View account climbing, gains up in the skies. Every trade a banger, never seeing demise. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trades. Got that Midas touch, turning trades to gold. Fans watching all, stories being told. Broker fees no bother, wealth and rapid fold. Tradesharpe, living large, lobsters never cold. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trades.
Good morning all. Yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let me make sure I'm all systems go. You guys know the drill. Everything does look like it is working here. Camera's not though, secondary camera. Let's fix that. Okay, that should work now. Boom. All right, let's get into it. Yo Harry, I joined the exclusive group about a week ago. I can't figure out how to join the Zoom call. Should watch two things if anyone joins, and so I address this question. When you join, read the welcome. It tells you in the welcome part. Second thing is in the WAP content, there's an introduction video. The introduction video will teach you how to navigate the whole group. But very simple, man. It's in live room right here. In the live room, it's also notified at everyone. So if you turn on group notifications, or make sure to turn on notifications so that you get notified about any announcements or stuff like that, right? Because announcements come here for when we're doing different events. So you want to make sure to have notifications on. And when I post the link, okay, he got it. I posted there. But should watch, nevertheless, you should watch the introduction video, because that just shows you how to navigate the group in general. So let's get into it. Where should we go? Here, perfect. All right, so news today. Let's see what we got on the calendar. Today's going to be Tuesday. We have a bit of claim and count change here in about 20 minutes. Basically employment data here. They're expecting 10k people claiming unemployment compared to 300 people. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Unemployment rate expected to come back the same. If it comes back worse, obviously bad for GBP, better for GBP. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Yesterday, of course, Trump came into office. We saw quite a lot of range, and then later a breakout. We saw a little spike. This was a little spike that happened from some of the because right from the get-go he put some rules down. And he put, and part of those rules were, of course, to do with the borders and tariffs and stuff like that immediately. So we saw a bit of money flow into the end, and it immediately got sold off as it calmed down and everyone knew what was the policies, etc. So we saw it come in, we knew what happened with the policies, and then it just got faded out. So let's go and see what happened with the analysis here and take it from there. Let's start off on the daily time frame. I want to see how daily is closed. So daily is closed very nicely bullish here. We are not tapping this previous daily resistance, so we can still go up to tap that today. This could flip still. If we're looking at 4-hour time frames, we've still failed to close 4-hour time frame bullish, but we are rejecting this previous 4-hour support somewhere around here, which is above there. Yeah, so I mean today's mixed buy session, we're above this previous range from yesterday. We're above previous weekly, monthly support. So buys could make sense here. This previous 1 hour I don't think it's going to be relevant anymore. This can go back down to here. This can change to a support since this is now a support. And 30 minute, a little bit low. I think 15 is going to be below 500. Yeah, so with it being mixed buy session, see where the 30 minute is higher here. Wonder if this is valid. Too close. I was thinking to see if we could sell from here to here, but it's very close. Depends on the close. That's like a optional scenario here. Otherwise, I think buys could make sense above this previous 15 here, or just above the 15 itself. Let's see how that looks on an hour. Yeah, hour has that previous range. I believe above this would be better. Above the hour, I think it's going to be stronger. We'll put a little box there just to see what's going on. 30 minute is there as well. Yeah, that's where we're rejecting right now. I think we could push through the 15 if we get above this one here. So anything closing above here could give the opportunity to continue those buys, and we could see price play out buys towards the upside. So I'm going to keep an eye on that with buys being above. I would say above here, this little zone here. I think I'm going to draw a line there, and I'm going to swap these around. This I'm going to bring up here like this. Something like that. And then I'm going to bring the 30 minute, the hour as a line here. Because we've crossed through twice, I'm not too worried about it. but we're rejecting it right now, so I'd like something closing above. So that's going to be the plan here. If something could close above there, preferably above 860, that's why I have a box there. But if it doesn't, with volume should be able to push through. But remember, we have news here in about 20 minutes, so I'm really hoping news doesn't mess up this plan. Again, we'll have to see with news and then take it from there. So let's go ahead and see gold here. Gold has been on a tear since Asian. Yesterday, New York, bank holiday, guys. Bank holiday mess. You're trading gold during bank holiday, it's very tough, because it's not tough but it's useless. You're wasting time watching paint dry. This wicks, if your only way you can trade this is with big stop losses, because if you're playing with small stop losses, these wicks are going to catch you out heavily. But Asian session came through, daily open this is Asian open 5 a.m. And boom, big candle we've had towards the upside, breaking out of this range. Now, it's a very important breakout, and I'm going to explain why. Because daily candle did not close above the range, but we are closing bullish. We spoke about this in depth in the webinar. So guys, if you've been following along with the webinar and the exclusive, this is going to start to make sense of the zone we respected, and it shows how price action is respecting and how this developed into what it is right now. So we are broken out of the range. We're not yet at this daily resistance. We can put that here. DR. This is our previous daily resistance, but we do finally have a 4-hour breakout candle. Now, 4 hours struggled in the past multiple times to get above this zone, but it has managed to do it right now. So it's going to be a case of can we respect this range here and look to continue bullish. We've pushed very heavy, so a pullback would be warranted here. We are bullish bias, previous daily bullish, previous 4-hour bullish, so I am entitled to look for buys today. It just makes it tough with this huge clean range here. I would love to see this come into this clean range, create some sort of support, and then we continue up from somewhere. That would be better for me to see something like this. And then we do that, and then continue up. Everyone's trying to sell, 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 sell. I mean, it's possible we retrace the whole move, then continue up. But without seeing second break of structure, then only I can become a counter trend seller, as that would give me confidence that this is just not a pullback to continue up. Then we have space to retrace this whole move. Just something I need to be careful about. So I would love to see it come down, try to create support. That support fail. When it fails, that's where I'm looking for my sells, especially back below daily resistance, because that would be getting us back inside the range and back below daily resistance. Anything above the 4-hour and daily resistance can just be retest to continue up, retest to continue up, right? Because these are both retest zones. So, you know, I think this is going to be warranted. Now, if we're looking here to the left on a 15-minute time frame, let's see what type of zones we've got here. So we have a 15-minute resistance here. That's about it, to be honest. Above there is clean to daily resistance. So let's go back. Let's just actually double check 30 minutes and all of that palaver. 30 minute is a little bit lower, which sucks. 1 hour is here, but we're already above that. 25.4. I'll keep that number. Yeah, 30 minutes a bit lower. Let's go back and see. All right, that makes sense, right? That makes sense why we're rejecting. 25 is here, so we're already well above that zone. We don't have to worry about it. But makes sense why we're rejecting this level. So since we've tapped it here, I wonder if the second time we can push through if we were to close above here, because we've tapped it already. So we've retested the zone. It has no business now. If price wants to continue down, we've retested it once, right? And then we liquidity grabbed it, because you can see this wick is higher than this wick. So we retested, liquidity grabbed. Now we're pushing down. It has no reason to close back above here, especially on a 30-minute. No reason if it wants to continue down. We should see that happen. Otherwise, that'll be the third fake out. You know, so above there, obviously safer. But we lack a range. 24 pips. At least here, how big is this from here to here? It's 9 pips. Let's see how it closes. If anything, we can just take it above 29 here. We have 30 in the way, which is not always the best to have 30 in the way. You know, but let's see what ends up happening, and then we can adjust from there. You know, we can adjust from there. and then see, you know, how to tackle it basically. But I'm not going to be a seller just yet. Now I want to have a look at DAX here. So DAX, very interesting price action yesterday. Again, the news caused one massive, how big was it, 100-point candle, I think. Yeah, 120-point candle, nuts. Look what happened after yesterday. We took the buys, nothing, just range. So that's why it failed. It was just bank holiday and nothing happened. Had some good volume, teased everyone into volume, and then range. 1 minute, I have a delivery, guys. I need to go collect this delivery. Give me a sec, I'll be back. Give me a sec. Harry, you need a busboy to help handle those delivery. I'm your man. All slow, don't talk back. It's so good, man. Actually, I have someone normally, but they're on holiday. But yeah, appreciate you guys waiting. So if we're looking here, right, if we're looking at DAX, very interesting price action. So we see news came out about Trump, boom, push price towards the upside. We see that quickly retraced in the next couple of hours. We then see another buyback, followed by one more heavy retracement, followed by one more buyback and a retracement. So absolute zigzag. Very, very, very dangerous trading. Very dangerous. I mean, daily is still closing bullish here. 4 hours still giving us kind of some sort of bearish thing. I mean, the good thing is, if we do break these lows after this many times we've tried to break the highs, it will make sense to go down. But where... it's interesting spot, to be honest. It's an interesting spot. Now for the buys to make sense, I need to see some more structure. Maybe something above this 50 level here. 50 to buy towards the upside looks a bit better. Bit safer than trying to buy earlier and getting caught up. But it's looking a little bit dangerous. So I want to see how price forms here. I actually need more information here because this is very zigzag, you know. I need more information. Did I miss the poll on GJ News? No, we have 10 minutes. Let's do it now. Let's do the GJ News now. But that's the analysis. It's actually not too complex, the analysis we just did. Let's see what ends up happening. More information on DAX here for sure. Sells, obviously, I think well below the range are going to be easy sells. We'll have a look at the guys' plans here, see what they're thinking. I want to see how they tackled this today. And then we'll take it from there. So let's put a little news poll for everyone. Start poll. We'll answer Danny's question as well. GBP news. Up or down. So if you guys enjoyed the analysis, make sure to leave a like on the stream. Only 58 likes, 300 people in here. Get the likes up to 100. I would appreciate that. Let's see. When does it make sense to draw support and resistance on 5 minute? I noticed you sometimes, even trading on a 15, you have an issue drawing too many lines. Try to keep to 5 lines. That's going to be your goal, 5 lines. If you're trying to use more than 5 lines, there'll be days, but that's going to be a good rule of thumb. And the only time I use it on a 5 minute is on DAX. Every other pair, 5 minutes are not that relevant because it's not a confirmation time frame. So the rule of thumb is you draw a line on a time frame that you're going to enter. So if I'm going to enter on a 15-minute time frame, I have a line there. If 5 minute is an entry option for me, of course I'll have to consider 5-minute time frame, right? Perfect. Let's see. News here about 7 minutes. Enough time to do the poll. Again, up is winning, guys. You're on a losing streak on the polls. You guys have not won a poll this year, actually. So you need to break your losing streak. Red news, pray it goes down. Let's see. Most people are voting up. Bro, how to become a trader like me? Well, you have to start from square one, right? So before you become a trader, you need to know how to trade, right? The last step you do is become a trader, right? So the first thing you have to do is actually learn a method that you can replicate over time. Then start to see results, scale that results, then decide to become a trader. So it's a process, right? It's the exact same process of how to become a professional athlete or a professional chef. Anything at the highest level, it's the exact same process. It's not just like getting a job. It's basically like becoming, how do you become a professional race car driver? Same step, right? You start in go-karts, you start in, hatchbacks, and then you scale your way up. Thoughts on keto and fasting? Keto can be good, but I prefer keto as meat only, like a carnivore diet. To be honest, it's more of a personal thing. You can try it and see how you feel on only fats. Calories are calories. Depends what your goals are. For a fitness perspective, not a good idea. It's a very, 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 it's lot of research goes into lot of research after news, Manning. After news, that was my plan. A lot of research goes into proving that carbs are optimal for performance. Fasting, I agree with intermittent fasting, not full day fasting. Once in a while, full day fasting can be beneficial with water, but intermittent fasting is more sustainable and does better. But that's if you're trying to lose weight, it's a good way to push your calories later. Is it normal to feel extreme FOMO when you miss out on meme coins? Well, you're gonna have a life full of FOMO because as we speak, you're probably missing on a meme coin. So you can't, I mean, that's just like a disaster waiting to happen, to be honest. Yes, it is normal to feel FOMO, but you can't let that FOMO influence decisions. That's where it becomes dangerous. What's my view on GBP for news? 87 votes now. Most people are voting up. I'm not sure, man. Have you ever done fasting? Yeah, of course. Hi, my analysis seems to be correct, but I keep missing TP based on too high of a TP target. What's a realistic target? Should I be focused on a resistance level or SL? You should be focused on resistance levels. Top 5 books I've read so far. Oh, it's a great question, that. Wow. To be honest, I can't rank them. Every book I've read has been good in itself. Like, it's performed to what I wanted it to perform to. So, top 5 books. I have them here. Your Next 5 Moves. Diary of CEO. Any book from Robert Greene. That's like 6 books. What else? Who Not How. I think that's more than 5, right? Yeah. Think and Grow Rich. Yep, that's a good book as well. Damn, Danny. Talking about self-improvement books, brother. A good book, a very good book is called Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. It's a complex book though. It's a complex book. Takes time to read that. I read it and I got quite a bit in. This was early on in my journey. I need to pick it back up and then it was confusing me. So I stopped. All right, news here in about 1 minute. Let's see. Put in your votes up or down. Would like to see. Again, you guys are going up. You guys have like this. I think you guys are going for the gambling technique of just keep voting on black. At some time it should hit and we will shout that, okay, we got it right once. Because every single time you guys have voted up and it's gone down. So will you be correct today? Let's see. Let's see if YouTube chat will be correct. 41 seconds. I'm closing the votes now. Put in your votes quickly. Closing it. Closing it. Again, up is still winning. All right. There we go. Vote is ended. We have some 43% of people is voting down. So if it goes down, you guys are correct. But the majority voted up. The majority voted up. So let's see if you guys are correct or not. Down, please. 4-hour lower low. So please, it has to go down. I've been stuck in this trade for ages. Man is gambling now. That's a gamble. There's no please in the market. Market will disrespect your please every single day. Okay, we're going down for now. And do nothing. How anticlimactic. That's it. Literally nothing. Oh, it is going a little bit down. Yeah, nothing. Let's see. Okay, unemployment rate came out a little bit higher, so that should be inherently a little bit bearish. We are seeing a little bit of bearish movement. Does it continue? Whoever said up is wrong. So again, you guys are on a losing streak. 4 in a row, guys. 4 in a row you've lost on the news poll. 2025 news poll is not accurate. News poll is not accurate. How long do you wait after news? Whenever there's a setup right after news. So it could be like 15 minutes, mainly 15 minutes. That's it, because that's what time frame closes, right? I said down. If you said down, like I said, you are correct. You are correct. 44% of people said down. So not everyone is wrong, but the majority. Chat need to wake the fuck up. Chat and drawdown. Yeah, 4 trade losing streak chat is in. Actually, I quite like this. If this grabs liquidity, flips and closes above, it gives more confirmations for those buys, right? What's gold doing? Nothing. So we need to wait for gold to wake up. Do you think I'm missing out if I only take candle closes on a 30-minute, not 15-minute? Yes, you're missing out on 15-minute trades, but if you're following your plan on 30-minute, then you're not missing out because you're following your plan, right? So that's how that works. Like 30-minute will give you good confirmation and is a safer time frame. At one point in my journey, I would only trade 30-minute just to reduce FOMO and to increase confirmation. So it was a great lesson to only use 30-minute confirmations because it was highly accurate, but there was a lot of days where I didn't trade, a lot of days where I missed the move of the session, but it taught me to wait to follow my plan because I was forcing myself only to use 30-minute confirmations. And when I did use the 30-minute confirmation, there was a good win rate on it because of it was a good confirmation, you know. But then you can learn methods to use lower time frame like 15-minute and still have the same confirmation as there was on a 30-minute. Do we win team up? No, you didn't win. GJ looking best out of all pairs? Yeah, it's looking more promising, especially that news didn't mess up too much. News stayed in the range. That's kind of what you want in a news event like this. When news does like a massive move and fills your whole range, it becomes hard. Would you consider 5-minute closes in trading futures at NY Open? 5-minute closes are dependent on pair. They're not dependent on time, they're dependent on pair. All indices, 5-minute is valid. That's the rule of thumb. All indices. So yes. But remember, 5-minute is not going to be the basis of your trade. There has to be more work that's done into it, right? Your analysis, your zones, right? You have to have valid zones, valid analysis. You know, you can't just say, okay, just because I'm taking everything based on 1 hour's bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 4 hours been moving bearish, but I have one bullish 5-minute change of structure, I'm taking buys. That wouldn't make sense, right? What is liquidity? I thought liquidity simply means money. Yes, you're right. It means money. So liquidity on the charts is different spots where there's money. There's obviously people taking multiple buy orders from down here. That's why price has gone up. That's simply liquidity. Any type of structure is a form of liquidity. That's why it was formed there, and that's why we react off it. There's great videos on my channel about liquidity, guys. There's great videos that explain it. Liquidity 101. Literally the only video you need right now. Because this will explain it in 11 minutes. All you need to know about liquidity. What is it? How to use it? How did you overcome the barrier of obsessing about the money and it messing your trade management? I realized because when I obsessed about the money, I didn't make money. So my goal was first to make money, no matter how much it was. So I reduced risk to like $50 a trade. For me, that was comfortable risk. And from there, I scaled that. Right? And that's what's very, very important. Because I said I need to reduce it to where I don't care about it. Your thoughts on ICT concepts? For me, they never worked. You know, when I first started, I looked into SMC, liquidity sweeps, all of this stuff, but it seemed a bit, you know, didn't work for me. Do you prefer having a stop loss more than 20 pips on the trade? Depends on the trade. What kind of trader are you? I'm a session trader. Look to take a trade during a session. Do you know Top G Trader India? I don't know Top G Trader India. Does he speak Hindi? Or is he an English streamer? 76% win rate since when? Since almost 2 years, I believe now. No, about a year and a half. We started tracking. I mean, I've been taking trades. I've been taking trades for 2 years on stream, but we've been tracking to where I can prove to you without you questioning anything from June 2023. June 2023 is when I've been tracking. So that's where you can fully say, but we've been taking trades before that, which is why there's more trades on the stream win rate. But this is what, you know, then people were like, hey man, you have a stream win rate, where can we see the trades? I'm like, yeah, fair enough, I'll record them. Top G knows Tradesharpe? I don't think so. Is that 10% gain for the year? No, it's a lot more. I averaged last year around 5% a month. Your top 3 ETFs to invest in. S&P. That's it. Keep it simple. What prop firms do you recommend besides FTMO? Don't recommend, as I have the most data on FTMO from people using it. But I know 5 percenters. 5 percenters seem to be okay. Outside of that, I need more information, more case studies. I've seen people have issues with others, but some people use other prop firms and find it extremely well. It's like a mix, you know. He just commented on your stream? No, that's just another guy with the same name. Do you trade London session? I'm new to your streams. Yes, I do trade London sessions. That's why we are here every day. London session, Monday to Friday. Top Steps is a futures thingamajig. Forgot it. Funding. That's not Forex. Do you know what session, London or NY, you made more percentage total last year? Will have to be London. London. I'm more locked in during, not locked in is the word, but look, if I take a trade in London and I'm happy with the profits for the day, I'm not going to maybe I'm going to send analysis for people to take trades in NY, but I might not take it myself. Honestly, gold looking better than me than GJ? I don't think so. Question and answer session today, by the looks of it. It seems like it's full. It's okay. It keeps us entertained while waiting here. I enjoy it. So GJ, great that it's if it closes above, we have to see where to put stop loss. No 5-minute pullbacks yet. Any idea about prop firms, Bespoke and Blue Guardian? No, I've not heard of anyone who's used it, but maybe someone in the group has used it. They can give you. Does going to the gym help you in your trading journey? 1,000,000%, I believe. Big impact. I don't think I would be as good as I am without gym for sure. Everywhere in life, not only just trading. Need 5-minute on GJ? Yeah, I mean, we could just pop it below the support is valid, you know, 20 pips here. But that'll be dependent on a bottom wick. We would need a solid bottom wick. I want to see where that support is though. Let's just draw a line there and see what it is on a 5. It's nothing, right? Yeah, it's a risk, man. It's a risk without there being anything there. Let's see what 1 minute. 1 minute has something, but it's the only 1 minute structure. It's the only 1 minute structure. So even if it breaks that 1 minute structure, you're being stopped. That I don't like about it. Structure on GG on 5-minute on 15. I mean, 15 would of course be better, but we can accept at least 5 because we're having the 15-minute close, right? So whenever we have a 15-minute close, which is our confirmation candle, it would be nice to have 5-minute structure. Or, which I don't like, but is the option, is to run stop loss where you should be running it 34 pips. The 34 pip stop loss is going to be where you don't need structure, because that's actually going to be below structure, right? Look, this is your structure below here. But then we have to discuss, is there going to be enough range today? It's possible, yeah. It's possible, but you know, you're getting your 1-to-1 for the max move. It's just a 1-to-1, huh? For the max move. We're not even talking about minimum move. You know, that's the maximum move. We're looking to get all the way back up into this 4-hour resistance here. Looking to get back to this 1 hour, and only when you get back to the 1 hour, that's your 1-to-1. So I feel in between that, maybe we can get a setup 3 or something, then we have smaller stop loss. I hope you're doing well. Just wanted some advice if you don't mind. I'm in a calorie deficit of 1,672, tracked properly, but I still feel I'm eating a lot. I weigh 72 and 5'6" tall. Calories don't matter, our output matters. You can eat as little calorie as you want, but if your output is low, it's not going to make a difference, right? Because if you had a high output and high calories, and now you have a low intake of calories but a low output, you're just moving things down together. You need to move calories down while increasing output. How do you increase output? More steps per day, cardio as well, you know. 76 on a guy seems way too skinny. He's not 76, he's 72. It depends what your goals is, right? Depends what your goal. Been a month, no difference in scale or fat percentage, but my lifts and muscle mind connection is getting better. That's good. If you're progressing in lifts, as long as you're progressing in lifts, then it's good. That's what you want. Because the scales might not be moving because you're starting to hold more water in those muscles, or the muscle bellies are getting fuller and bigger, right? You know? DAX buys are possible. DAX is in a very strange range here. We would have to see how DAX ends up forming. It's in a very, oh, clicked the wrong one. Very strange range here. 1 hour is closing bearish. Very strange. Alright, candles close here. No bottom wick yet. I do expect it to make a bottom wick. Would love to see a 5-minute thunderstorm. Would be valid here, 5-minute thunderstorm. Or if it makes a super deep bottom wick, I'll just take that on the flip, to be honest. I'll take that on the flip because that would be valid enough. So let's see if it can make a thunderstorm or something like that. Just give us some structures for some better stop loss placement. Buying above 191 on GJ could be safer. I rather buy towards that. GJ, yeah, looking for stop loss placement. I mean, if you take GJ, you have to run the big stop loss here, 35 pips. The problem with 35 pips stop loss is just to get a 1-to-1 is all the way up here. Not even. It's 29 pips to there. So the ranges are not big towards the upside. Previous 5-minute no wick, I'll wait. Yeah, all the people saying waiting now, you can't feel FOMO about this pushing though, right? Because this is, before we made the decision, this is not follow. I made the decision, it's not following a good plan for me. Straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, working on 6 candles straight. I'm not going to be the guy unless, like I've mentioned before, I put stop loss below here for 35 pips. That's valid, but I don't think it's worth it for my money, you know? Just to get a 1-to-1, I need the price to move to its max target for the session, right? Because if I'm looking at a session target where I expect price to push during the session, probably somewhere back into this own range, and then we'll see what happens after that. If it can push more, okay, happy days, but I can't say that from now. But what I can say is I have a nice LTA till here, and for price to fill the whole LTA is not even a 1-to-1. So is that worth it for me? I'm risking a lot more than I have a potential to make, right? And price can easily fill this range here. Would you consider an inside candle structure on 5? What do you mean by inside candle? On weekly average, how many setups do you get using your strategy? Probably including NY, 5, 4, average 4. Without NY, 3, averaged. I mean, like last week, every single day I took a setup. Back to back. You know? So it's depending on market periods, because some months, like this, very, very active. Some months you're patient. And that's the beauty of a strategy, is it's keeping you safe from market conditions that are not going to support your trade. This candle, let's see. Would I consider this as structure? It's loading, give me a sec. No. No. Maybe we'll see what it does at 191, but I really would have preferred structure here. Makes it tough. Unless I ran that big stop loss. But we discussed that multiple times. It's a shame, it's a shame. But sometimes, you know, it's not about just taking a trade to be in a trade. It's about taking a trade to get paid. Now, I'm going to repeat that again. It's not about taking a trade to take a trade. It's about taking a trade to get paid. And the way you're going to get paid is by taking a trade that actually is going to pay. You know, it's like this is a great example. Okay, a great example is gonna be basically you have someone who says, look, you can mow, okay, you can mow a garden that is 10 square meters and get paid $500. Okay, or you can mow a garden that is 50 square meters and get paid the $500. Which one are you picking? In this situation, it's an easy, right? If you had to mow 10 square meters to be paid 500 compared to 50 square meters, everyone is going to pick the 10 square meters unless you love mowing, right? But let's say it's a job that you hate to do, okay? If it's a job that you hate to do, then everyone is going to pick the what? Everyone's going to pick the 10 square meters. So this is the same thing. You are now mowing the 50 square meters because of the move it has to do to get your 1-to-1. And the scary thing is, at the end of it, not only do you not get paid 500, you could also lose 500. So you start to think, okay, is it really worth my time and energy and money to invest in this type of move right now? No, maybe not. The risk is too high. You know what I mean? So that's the decision you have to make. If you're happy because you just want to be in a trade, like by all means, it could play out perfectly today. It could just move smooth, move the candles one by one straight to TP. But maybe run that 50 times, you'll find more often than not, it's probably not the best trade to be in. We're looking for setup 3 and pulse movement kind of thing. Yeah, that would be the best in this scenario, setup 3. I wanted to take that on a 5-minute basis with slow. Even 5-minute basis is hard. Because 5-minute basis is going to be the same stop loss as a 15-minute basis. Proper stop loss. What about 5-minute resistance? If we're basing the trade on a 15-minute, which on GJ and gold, things are mostly based 15-minute and higher, it's not going to matter, right? Because it's not a time frame that we're looking at trying to get from point A to point B. I wonder in this trade, I'm thinking with it being like a risky trade, you're buying the highs without a pullback, I probably would break even at 191 and that would have tapped me. I wonder if that hit 191 on broker. GBP JPY. Where did we hit what price on broker? Actually, no, it came 0.5 of a pip away. So technically hasn't tapped your full break-even spot. So that would suck if it reversed right now. If you were in and now it just reversed, because it wouldn't trigger your break-even. Like if that reverse come back inside the range, ooh, uncomfortable position. Do you book partials while you're in a trade, or do you let it hit TP? If I'm planning to leave a runner, I close partials. If I'm not planning a runner, I close full. So on DAX, when we were at all-time high last week, we were taking some big trades, right? We're taking some big trades, 47, 64, 42. Those big trades, I always did not close full because I wanted to leave a runner and I would scale out as we went up. But we don't know when it's going to stop because it's all-time high, right? It can reverse where it wants to reverse. I mean, we can have rough ideas, but sometimes it just moves like a train. So that's the time where I'm going to leave partials. But let's say I'm looking to get from point A to point B. I reached from A to B. Then what do? Then I just close the trade because that's my job done. Okay, gold's still ranging here. So gold needs to get out the range. January being a very slow month for gold in London session. London session being very, very slow for gold in January. IC market does not allow on DAX less than 1 point. Is that the same for you? What do you mean by 1 point? I mean, their spreads is half a point, right? It's like half a pip. To enter a trade, you're talking about lot size. Lot size is not measured in points. Maybe you're talking about lot size. I was in a gold buy, but then closed a bit above BE since really stuck. 5-minute setup 3. This wouldn't be a setup 3 because the top wick is longer than the bottom. Needs to be the opposite. Needs to be the opposite. So I prefer just a close above key level at this point. stop loss where? We have to figure it out. Does this have a bottom wick? This also with no bottom wick would invalidate it even if you were basing it on 5. Let's see how that looks on a 5. Yeah, there's no bottom wick, no top wick on that. I mean, no, yeah, both no bottom wicks for me on my broker. Previous and current doesn't have. See, this would have been nice if we had some volume here to give us structure, because this we would have like what, 20 pips stop loss? Oh, that's only 10 pips? Never mind, I take it back. It's only 10 pips, that push. Take it back. Does the 1530 and 1 hour have a bottom wick? They do. They do. I prefer to follow broker. That's which one I choose. Wouldn't that overrule a 5-minute with no bottom wick? Yeah, but then you would be in on the 30-minute idea we spoke about from the beginning. I mean the 15-minute idea, right? So you wouldn't even care about that candle. You'd be in from here, break of high, stop loss below the candle wick, trying to target to at least get a 1-to-1. Has a long way before you hit that 1-to-1. You have to get up here. So not even halfway yet. Almost halfway though. At that point, you're just basing it on 15, right? I discussed this multiple times. If you're happy to run that 35 pip stop loss, then run it, right? You can't complain when the option is there in front of you. That's what I'm telling everyone in chat as well. Like, that is an option, no doubt about it. But for me, I don't think it's worth my money to have to try let price push all the way up here just to get a 1-to-1, just to get a 1-to-1. Not even like, okay, if I get up here, it's a 1-to-2. So if I close here where we are right now, I can make a 1-to-1, leave the rest, whatever. You know what I mean? So for me, that's always not worth my money. Why? Because of the risk that price pulls back here with no structure. Because if you get stuck back in the range, that's it. You're really, it's going to be a very, 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 very slow trade. Why is it going to be a slow trade? Because you have nothing here for price to react off. You have to wait for it to make a higher low and then wait for it to get out of the range. So it takes some time, those type of trades. And they're tough. They're tough. DAX is making up. I don't know how much I trust DAX today with this weird range it's formed. I've never seen this like this before. This is very, very, very strange price action. We see big pump from news, immediately dump, recover it, immediately dump. You know, what is it going to do? Is it just going to start consolidating tight like this, like yesterday? You know, we're not trending. 5 minutes not clean here as well. We don't have a 30 or 1 hour. 30 is about to close though, so that can help. I would say above 50 is going to be safer anyways. Definitely above 50, above this little notch here would be safer. It was when Trump in his speech said he'll do tariffs. Yeah, he said that here, but then what about this dump here at 4:45 a.m. Asian session? That should be the first one. That was the first pump here. Or this one here. What was this one right here? So we had 3. Yeah, I'm talking about this third one here was what? This was Asian session. I'm not sure what caused this in Asian. How is gold doing? Oh, gold is finally moving up here. Did we close above? Oh, just at, guys. That's a shame, actually. That's a shame. We closed just at, but 30 closed above. Okay. That's interesting. How big is 30-minute stops though? Because you'd have to base it 50 pips stop loss. Target 36 pips. It's not giving me stop loss today. 50 pips. How about if I ran on 15 is the same. 50-minute is the same. 39 pips. Still not even a 5-minute. Same. The structure is down there. Yeah, I think I'm going to look for buys above 29. You see these 5-minute highs there as well? It will make a lot of sense. 29 buys. Even if we get a 5-minute close above here, I think that could be valid. Why? Because we have the 30-minute close. So I would just use the 5-minute to give me the trigger of entry. A little bit more advanced, but it makes sense. If I usually open 0.1 on gold for $20 risk, how much should I put a lot size on DAX? You have to check on your brokerage, man. You have to be able to know how to calculate. But on my broker, if I'm risking $20 with a 0.1, which would be about 20 pips on gold, 20 pip risk on DAX would be a 1 lot on my broker, but depends if yours works the same. Nice close on GJ for continuation. So we'll see if GJ gives us the pullback we want. It's a good 5-minute close. So now GJ has structure to respect for itself here. So as long as it respects the structure, it will move up now. Even if it breaks the structure, it can come back to here, and that's really where I'm interested to look for that continuation. Or if this can hang around for 12 minutes, I have a perfect setup 3 here. I'd love to take this setup 3. Break of the high, stop loss below the low. Very, very nice stop loss as well. What is that stop loss? Like 11 pips. Next target here is 15 pips. That makes a lot of sense for me. So that's the trade I'll be looking for. That makes a lot of sense for me. Remember guys, we have a giveaway at 600 viewers. Make sure to leave a like, support the stream. We're about, I would say, 140 away from that. It's a big giveaway, funded accounts, you name it, everything. Tradesharpe exclusive memberships, Pip Labs memberships. Man, it's going to be a great giveaway. DAX is pushing. Yeah, you have no 15-minute close, and you can't take this on a 5-minute. Why can't you take this on a 5-minute? Let's see the guys in the exclusive. Write in chat, why can't you take this on a 5-minute? Let's see, let's see. Nope, nope, wrong, all wrong. I mean, that's also valid. That's also valid. I'll have to say, but it's not the answer I'm looking for. It's not the answer I'm looking for. Yeah, Manning is very close. Yeah, Matt is close, but the main reason is on the lines of what Manning was saying is that 5 minutes not clean. You can't take a trade based on 5. Yeah, the range to the left, right? How can you base the trade on a 5-minute if the range to the left is not clean? Yeah, exactly. And you know, they'll break rules, right? So if you're basing it just on a 5, there's no clean range. So the only trade you can base it off is a 15 because that's where your clean range is. Yeah, I agree with the stops being too big. goes against basic rules. Yeah, if you're looking at LTAs, for sure. Did your podcast come out yet? No, I think maybe this week. Should be. When I went on that yacht party they invited, the editors were there. They were filming on that. And they said they're basically done. They have a viewing schedule. That not a viewing, a releasing schedule. So it might be done, but they're releasing it on their schedule, which I think maybe is like every Sunday. They will let me know though. Don't worry, if you guys follow me on Instagram, instead of edit, he was partying. No, actually he was filming the whole party. He was filming the whole party. They were busy on that boat, bro. Were you nervous for what? Podcast? No way. I do a podcast every single morning. Just with you guys. No one's asking me questions. It's very normal for me, right? I'm online all the time, you know? I actually didn't think about it like that. To be nervous or not to be nervous. It really, I mean, it's not like, when I was young, I used to be, you know, playing in a band and stuff. So I was very used to, to playing in front of audiences and stuff. And this wasn't even an audience, it's a recording. So even if you messed up something and like stuttered your speech, they can cut that out in editing, right? I was checking on Raja Banks' Insta looking for Harry. I met him there. Gold about to close here. It's gonna be one of these days, isn't it? It's gonna be one of these days, isn't it? I'm sure it's gonna be one of these days, which I'm very used to. But I know you guys are not, but you'll have to get used to it. You'll have to get used to it. If it's not gonna give me an option that I get paid from, there's a big difference. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between taking a trade that's actually gonna get paid or just being in the position today that does pay, but long term you're losing. That's how I lost so much money in the beginning, guys. You know? I lost so much money thinking like, okay, today I took a great position. I take it again in the future and I lose it. I just lose it because it's not a position to pay. Like even this, okay, I take this based on a 30-minute, great. I put stop loss below the 5-minute, great. Let's see what happens with stop loss below the 5-minute. Stop loss below the 5 minutes, 42 pips. Bro, you know, it's not even giving me that one-to-one to here. So what can I do? Great push though, great push, but you can't expect that before the position, and that's what makes trading hard, and many people don't understand that about trading, is that, yeah, it's a great push now, but how many people could have predicted exactly that push that's going to pay you and maybe give you that one-to-one? But if we have a one-to-one before this, even if it doesn't push, we're still in profits. We're still, like, after this push, we could be here, consider closing, right? Because maybe it could reverse here and then you end up with nothing. It makes it complex. This is where trading becomes hard for a lot of people, is that it's very easy once the move plays out to convince yourself that you said, I knew this would happen. And I used to do that a lot when I was a beginner. As I used to tell myself, I knew this would happen. And then what would happen is that the next time you would go with the mindset that you're telling the market that you know what will happen. Because when the last time you thought to yourself, like today, you could have said, this position is going to make sense. I know it's going to push. And it pushed. Guess what happens? The next time you go with that mindset, I know today won't reverse. It reverses. And that's the time you really get burnt, right? That's the time. Instead of saying, here's my rules, here is what I need to happen, I need structure, I need proper stop loss placement, the rest I can trust to probabilities and let that do its business. You know? And that's a massive difference, man. It's a massive difference in the game because, yeah, what a great move today for sure. This is a beautiful move here based on 30. But did we know this was going to happen? If not, every single one of you would have been in yourself. It did end up giving you that 1-to-1, right? You would have got that 1-to-1. How do we know this was going to happen? Not everyone can know. And if you did know, repeat that over years. Once you repeat that over years, or at least 6-7 months, then congrats. I mean, then you're just following a plan, right? You said you're looking for buys at about 29. I did my entry there, just hit my TP, but somehow this was a pretty risky trade. Yeah, I was looking for buys at 29. You're absolutely correct, but my rules is I like closes instead of impulsively taking the trade. So you are correct, that's why. And the reason why this would be risky without you waiting for a close, even a 5-minute close, there was no close. I think only a 1 minute, not even the 1 minute close deep as well. There's no close, right? It was an impulsive trade. I stay away from impulsive trades as I've been really hurt in the past with them, and I can't find a method that successfully allows you to enter impulsive trades repeatedly and succeed in them. Every time I've entered impulsive trades in the past, sometimes they work, but then I can't find out why the other ones fail because you don't have a closure, right? A very clean zone above this daily resistance though, so if it creates structure, there's still buying space. There's still space to buy. A lot of room above here. So if this still creates structure, there's still a lot of room here. Got to close on IC markets, Harry. Should have entered with them. Which close, brother, you talking about? Lots of fake accounts pretending to be Harry. Don't entertain them. Yes, there's actually, when you join the Discord, guys, there's a welcome message I want to show you. When you join the free Discord, because that's where they're coming from, the free Discord, all of these idiots. Okay, look at this. Let me show you this. And this is how stupid they are. Where we go to server settings, onboarding. Look at this, onboarding on. Look at this message that comes. Welcome. This is a great community, but since it is public, anyone can join. This allows the opportunity for people to scam. Remember, I will never DM first. All official products are on website and YouTube video descriptions. Verify always. If you're unsure, then ask in the group. If you're unsure, ask the guys in the group. Make it public. Hey, I got message from this guy. Does anyone know him? You know? That's why. On gold, 15-minute close outside the range. For me, 15-minute candle close at resistance, but 30-minute for sure closed above the range. But you said on IC markets 15 close above. I didn't check it on IC market. It was pushing already. Let's see how that looks on IC markets. You're right. Then that's a mistrade because I didn't look at IC markets. That's it. That would be the entry there. 100%. Smaller stop loss as well. How big is that stop loss? Oh, that's nice, man. Yeah, less 10 pips, less stop loss. That was a valid trade, but I didn't see that. Look, I just marked it for on here. 15 closed above very nicely. 15 closed above very nicely, but I didn't see that here. Yeah, I just missed that. You're right. That would have been valid. Didn't spot it either. Yeah, it would have been valid. That's valid. You can put stop loss just here below that. Have the range to protect. This is very clean. Very, very, very clean. That's a shame, actually. One of them, bro. Yeah, I didn't notice the 15 close above. I would have, yeah, 100% would have taken that 15. It's a pretty simple trade. I wonder on this broker did it as well. I mean, Owanda is usually pretty good. Yeah, even this closed at. Owanda is usually pretty good. It's a shame. But it happens. Right, DAX rejecting here. Left a long rejection wick on the 15 minute. London open in about 15 minutes as well. Would be interested to see how London trades this. So yesterday London open, we got a push up and then immediately failed. I'll be very interested. So what's that telling me is the initial London push, don't buy, like not buy it, but don't buy into it. Means like don't trust the initial London push because of what happened yesterday. And then if a secondary structure comes after the London push, that should be the move that we're able to catch in here on DAX. So I'll look at that, probably take that as well. Bro, I started trading gold futures. I do notice I win more as it's less manipulated. It's not manipulated. They're gonna move the same, but you just have one central chart. So you will avoid the situation you had today. I made a video on my channel comparing actually futures chart versus Forex chart, and you can see the differences. This is the video. I explain what is futures and what are the differences and why would you make a switch to futures, what position it would make sense to make a switch. Same with me on gold, second structure during London. Yeah. What pair is DAX? DAX is the German 30, the German 40. Depends what your broker likes to call them. DAX is like the US 30 of London session. Missed the trade? I don't think I missed the trade if I didn't notice it. If I did notice it and didn't take it, then for sure I would have missed the trade. I agree with that. That's a valid statement. Yeah, it's so different compared to broker. Broker closed above deep as well. It's not like just a tiny close. It's a deep close, this. Look. That's deep. It's a solid close. Nice bottom wick. Yeah, it's valid. That's a very different close compared. This is a drastic difference. I like to see pip-wise what type of difference this is. So where's the closing price though? So closing price on this broker, 2.8. This closed at 2.823. So very similar closing price, but this resistance completely off. This resistance off by like 3, 4 points. It's quite a lot, 3, 4 pips actually, to be off like that. Do you consider gold to be overextended? I don't believe anything has an overextended, but it has pushed up here with no pullback since all the way back here. So it seems like it is creating structure now. Something above the daily resistance will open more opportunities. You know? Just 1 minute, just need to take this phone call, 1 second. Sorry. But we're back. Tell people not to call me during this time. Good retest of this level here. Wonder if this is enough for another setup 3. What's 30 minutes saying? 7 minutes. We'll see London open. London opened here on this. We'll see what's going on here. Daily resistance, 4-hour support a little bit higher. Couple of wicks crossed through it. But we'll put a little watch zone just to see. I want to see where this reacts. We'll put a little watch zone. Yeah, that's where it reacted from. How long you reckon it would take you to pass the FTMO challenge? On what risk percentage? Risking 2%, pretty fast, right? 1%, 0.5%, you know? One second. This is very annoying. I need to tell them off. So yeah, depends on what risk, right? Depends on what risk. 2%, probably a month, right? Also market conditions, like, you know, 2% on, if I risk 2% on like these here, you're already up like 8%. 2%, you're done. You pass the challenge with 2% more, you know? But then phase 2 as well, you have, that's another 5%. That'll take another month trading regularly. It will depend on that. But let's say if we put as an average, I average 5% a month. You could say in 3 months you pass the challenge A to B, you know, full challenge. If you're averaging 5% a month, but it can drastically change. Skill level will also change, you know. I mean, like, I couldn't have said to you, like last year, January was very slow. The year before, January was really slow. This year, January moving hard, like it's been good already. So if I was, that's my point. If I was basing off previous data, I would tell you, no, in January, I probably would not pass the FTMO. It would take me probably another month because historically January is slow. But then look what happens this January, right? It moves fast. It's going to be a lot faster then, you know, but I wouldn't worry about time. When it comes to these things. I'd focus on just trading, you know. You know, you could also full margin the fucking funded challenge. You can pass it very fast. I know some people do that. They like to go a bit more with the gamble side. Risks your daily limit per trade, 4% a trade. Take a good trade, you're already up, you know. 2 trades, you can pass the challenge. People do that. But if you don't, then you lose it. What do you think about 0.5% in a challenge? I think that's too less if you're asking me, especially in the phase 1. It's too little. It will take too long. It's equivalent of making 20%, you know? And that's with perfect trading, you know? That's with perfect trading. Currently 2% up on my challenge. Need advice? Should I be bearish on gold the next days? It's too expensive right now. No. That's not the mindset you should be going with. You know, that's not the mindset you should be going. What's your plan? So if you're up 2%, I hope you have a plan that you followed for that 2%, not just got lucky, because it's very important to have a plan. Very, very important. You need to see, it's not that gold is too expensive. What the structure show you? The structure look like it's going down? It's not. Look at daily, pushing bullish still. Look at 4 hour, moving nice upwards. We don't see anything yet that is indicating to us that we're fully bearish, right? Some people pass in 2 to 3 days, yes, but they're risking heavy amounts. You know? Then you have to also ask them, okay, maybe they failed some before trying to do that. Because if you get 2 trades wrong and you're risking, you know, 4% a trade, that's it. You're basically blown the challenge. Pass in 3 days, lose in 3 days. Yeah. You know? I mean, you like... I would say if I wanted to just try pass a challenge as fast as possible, I'd probably do that myself because I know I have the skill and I just need to get lucky that the time I take a trade, it's not a loss. Because immediately you start the challenge and you lose 4% sucks. But it's a probability, right? So you probably have to account for maybe 3 bullets. You know, but I don't think it proves anything by doing that. Especially to someone who's passing a challenge to become a trader, who's not already a trader. I think that's a massive difference. See if we get this pullback to finish and then we get above. We'll see what happens here. London Open in about 1 minute. Want to see how DAX is forming here for London Open. It just hovered. DAX hovered. What do you think? Place buy order peak of that red candle? Well, it's at a resistance. If it wasn't, I agree, right? You see, we're at resistance. So it's a common mistake people make. Yes, valid setup 3, wick fill, but you're at a resistance. If you weren't at a resistance, it makes sense. Other daily resistances are higher here. I want to see how this looks on my broker. The daily resistance on Awanda is here. Let's see how this looks on broker. We'll make the final call. Final call from broker. Yeah, it's higher on broker, so I'm not too worried about that daily resistance actually, because it's higher on broker. I'm more going to be worried about what? Let's see what I'm going to be worried about. Maybe 4 hour. And 4 hour on broker is coming in at 32.44. 32.44. So where's 32.44? Basically where this resists. So yeah, nevertheless there's still a resistance here, so it doesn't really change much. All right, so we've opened up the 1 hour here. So it's close above, rejecting that 4 hour, 30-minute closing, long rejection wick, 30-minute closing bearish, 15 closing bearish, sorry. See setup 2 from here could be an option. Let's see how GJ is done. Oh, wow. GJ back at entry. So this is my point, right? All of that tension, imagine you had to hold drawdown during this trade. All of that, and you would be back to entry. You don't get paid from this. Yes, at the time it looked like a great move. But remember, if we're running the actual stop loss 35 pips, what did it give? 20 pips. Yeah, negative. Almost though, almost. I have to agree it was very close. But the problem is, if this pullback happens first, you are lucky that the pullback did not happen first. If the pullback happened first before the push up, you're stuck. You're stuck. And that's the point where you can't really predict that. But we can predict that it's a possibility because of what? Because of the lower time frame not having structure here. So we know that this pullback could happen and it could start dumping like it is right now. We just don't know when. And there'll be days where it pushes up, and that's what I'm trying to say, long term, you know? Long term. Which is what matters for us, right? Morning, Harry. Can you tell me one of the best trading bot platforms? I'm going around in circles, losing money, not good, bro. Please help. Stop trying to chase a bot, man. Most people selling a bot, it doesn't work. Bots, I've seen bots, I've heard of stories of bots that's worked for 2 years and then failed. I've heard stories of, you know, people who have bots and they keep them to themselves. You know, it's the same journey as a trading journey, and that's it, you know, and that's it. So you have to realize that you're not gonna find a Willy Wonka ticket that suddenly makes you a ton of money. It will suddenly make you a ton of money and then probably blow it if you're finding that that type of bot, you know. So I would stay away from bots for now, man, because you don't understand what you're getting into, especially if you're allowing it to run your money, right? Anyways, let's see what happens here on the charts here. We see if we can get a setup 2 on GJ would be quite nice here. This is an ideal spot for a setup 2. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I appreciate everyone showing up on stream. Almost at our giveaway, guys. Giving away funded account, giving away Tradesharpe exclusive membership 101 and Pip Labs. If you're part of Tradesharpe exclusive, of course you can apply to that. If you win Pip Labs, you get Pip Labs. If you win Tradesharpe exclusive membership, you just get free. Get free membership added to your current one. So yeah, let's see. We're pretty close, about only 80 people now. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I post a lot of content that is here to help you, right? I'm probably the only one who posts a free course like this out there. I really recommend everyone watch the free course because it's not an upsell. It's it actually gives you the fundamentals. It gives you the fundamentals. Forex Fury is consistently one of the highest rated bots, and even Inventor Trade with Pat admits it does not work in all conditions. After 14 years trading, I can tell you do not trust bots. But same as a trader does not work in all conditions, right? We don't always work in all conditions. So it's the same thing at the end of the day. It's the same journey, and it's, you know, I think bots can work if you're expecting very low percentage win rate is what I've seen, you know. Not win rate, sorry, returns. Look, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, you know. You want slow and steady wins the race. Will you make a video about the relation between multi-time frame markups? I know you had a little part on it. Yeah, just let me know what exactly about multi-time frame markups do you want to know. I'm new to your channel. Is setup 1, 2, 3 in your free class? It is. But the only thing I ask in return is a like and a subscribe. That's it. I have an alert if someone subscribes. So no one has subscribed this stream. I know that for a fact. Alright, DAX popped down for London Open. Trying to get above that resistance there. Looking low volume. Wasted 3 years on bots. The only way they can work is if you understand them for directional, use them for directional trading and understand how to manually trade. Otherwise, forget it. Yeah, or you have an advanced system that is heavily taking time to code. And also has, what's this called? AI to help it adapt and stuff. But there's definitely systems that are profitable out there. I know for sure. It's just you don't, I'm saying to the general public, if they're looking to buy a bot online, it's probably one that doesn't work, you know? Especially like this MyFX book, you know? They can manipulate that. Is a phone number verification asked on your Discord? I am being prompted. Yes, phone verification. I try to put the highest level of verification to avoid these scammers, so they have to verify their phone numbers. But some reason they can just get, they're just blowing through phone numbers. They must have a system to do so. Heavy pullback here on gold. So it gave the 1-to-1, right? 49, yeah, beautiful. Interesting. Just above it. How to value them when deciding to take trades and taking profits? Yeah, that's in my other videos on my channel. There's plenty of you about taking profits, how to value the different zones. You have to go through my channel and check it out. You have to check it out. There's plenty of videos showing that. Harry, can you tell me the best platform to join? Well, obviously I'm going to promote mine, right? As I do believe that is the best because I put the most work into that. you know, and I think I put it for a very, very respectable price, cheaper than a cup of coffee per day. I don't think you get that type of value out there, and I say that confidently. Confidently, I'm able to say that. With the size that we have in here, nice tight knit, the results, the community vibes, it's like never hectic in here, you know. It's I don't think you can replicate this type of community out there. That's just not me being cliche. I'm not saying I have the best community, probably someone does have a better one. It's just how life works, but I'm doing the best I can, and that's what I give. Everything in my life I give 100%, you know. I give 100%, and maybe I take people too seriously, and I try help people too much to a point where they take more than they actually give, or they just take advantage of that and end up hurting you in the future. But I've signed myself up to that. But as long as from my part I know I've done my best, and as long as my part I know that I've helped as much as I could, and, you know, shared whatever I wanted to share, then no matter what happens, I can deal with it, right? That's how it is. Bro, I'm trading for 1+ year. I can't control my emotions. How can I fix it? I think showing up here will help a lot. You know? I think showing up here will help a lot with emotions, because I show you how to stay unemotional live in the charts. Can you send me the link? It's in the description, but yeah, here. Oops. It's always in the description. Yeah, it is a nice little flip here on DAX. It's 5 saying 5 hasn't closed. I'm very interested to see if we get continuation. So yesterday this same candle closed. Remember, London did something very similar yesterday, guys. Look at London yesterday. We came down, boom, we started to push up. We got the same deep close. The next one's failed. So in order for me to take a buy now, I need to see either the 5-minute pullback and then get above again, okay? Or today just continues and we're back to normal, but we don't have a clean range anyways. Oh shit, we're not clean on 5 anyway, so I'd have to wait for a 15 regardless, right? 15 would have to be the confirmation. See what 1 hour said here. 1 hour did end up closing bullish, 30-minute closed doji. It's an interesting spot we're in here. It's not the easiest DAX today. Do you think it's good just to focus on one model of entries, or do you think I'm missing out if I only trade this one? No, I think it's good to begin with following on one model. Like, let's say you follow setup 1. It's good. 30 minutes? What about the 30 minutes, bro? Why not trade all your entries when they meet your criteria? Is this not emotional or hesitation from you? Yeah, but I'm always take my entries if they meet my criteria, right? I don't think I can remember recent time. Of course, I've done it in the past, where I've not taken a position that met my criteria. If anything, I have taken, the mistakes I make is taking a position that doesn't meet enough of my criteria, or that's probably the side I would lean to. Not that okay, if something meets all my criteria, I'm very excited. Like, it's actually rare to get a position that perfectly meets every single criteria. You know, there's always gonna be something wrong, you know, otherwise it would never fail. $30-minute on DAX, but what are you looking for 30-minute on DAX? That's my question to you. What about the 30-minute? I don't see anything yet on 30-minute. This is not a setup 3 because it's leaving a long rejection wick to the high. It's a different type of trade. This would be more of a setup 3 here. You know, I didn't plan for this type of trade here. For this setup 3 here, it's not part of my plan. I'm interested though. 39. Oof, 39 is steep, bro. Today's stop losses are big. I'm noticing that. Stop losses are big. What time does your stream start? If you turn on notifications, you'll be notified. You know? You stated they blow through your phone numbers. Is it safe? No, I'm talking about the scammers keep putting in their phone numbers to be part of my Discord. Verifying doesn't do anything. It's just a verification. But I start at 10:30 Dubai time, so you have to convert that. I'm gonna go to the toilet, come back, see if we get something soon. See, gold is pulling back. We need a support candle. How's GJ doing? All right, GJ is trying to create support here. So GJ, what's 30 minutes saying? A 30 close above here would be actually quite nice. What's 1 hour saying? 1 hour closed below key level. This could be part of the bottom wick. We have a 15-minute up here. We finally made structure. About time. You know, I think it might be enough if you just get this candle closing bullish here in 19 seconds. But I don't know. Don't think it will happen in 19 seconds. And then expect volume to push through this resistance. It's about 7-8 pips away. Because then you base it on the 1 hour. 1 hour would just be a flip wick fill if it's going to continue up today. If it's not going to continue up, it will fail here. But we're not closing bullish anyways. Did you see who just subscribed now? Yeah, it popped up on the screen. Let me go back and see. Who was it? I can't go back and see. His name was Moron with a Dream. I like it, I like it. It's not bad. Moron with a Dream. Do you have one-on-one mentorship? Not really. Not really. It's like application, but starting to get a bit demotivated because you have to charge quite a bit for it, you know, and not everyone's motivated for that. So I prefer only people who literally want to be very, very serious about one-on-one you can apply on the website. That works. Applying on the website, but it's only very, very serious. Two minutes for this close. If you look at here, we actually have a little 5-minute LTA and we've created structure. Remember what I said earlier? The first push failed yesterday, so if this gets above here, we could have a secondary push. You remember that? And this is what would be different, to get to that 1 hour resistance and see what happens. Because this is a 13-point range here. Free range, we have 13 points. Stop loss here would be about 19. A little bit bigger, but I would expect this to push through. I would definitely break even at this point, no doubt, but 30 minutes clean all the way up, 1 hour is clean after we reach there, and then of course 15 is also clean all the way up. So it's a plan I have. Don't like to flatter people, but you're not just a great trader, but a great partner. Well, I enjoy watching your streams. No, I appreciate having positive people on the streams. You know, this is more important for me. Like, you're very welcome to be on the streams if you're going to be positive, right? So let's see in 1 minute 30 seconds if we can close above. I want to just see how that looks on broker before I forget, because you know sometimes it can be different. So we might have a different story, but broker is looking pretty good here, very similar. If not, exactly the same. Yeah, we have the same resistance on broker, and actually that little notch is exactly where the resistance is, so it's nice together. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Oh, my broker already closed above. Yeah, the fact is that this next candle closed bearish anyways, and we spoke about regardless if it closed above. Yesterday we had the same thing where we had a big bullish candle and then the rest of London failed, which maybe it could fail now, like, and then we're gonna keep safe. But if this does close above here, it opens the opportunity. So I'm gonna be ready here, 22 seconds. We might be able to close above here in the last 10 seconds. We're coming very close. I need a bottom wick here. I have no bottom wick. Oh, don't do this, DAX. No, man. That open popped, man. Open jumped. If it can flip now and give me a bottom wick and then reflip, I'll take it. But this open jumped. I can't. It's like a gap up for me. That open gap. I'd have to take it 5-6 seconds before. Not 5-6, but 2-3 seconds before. We have a nice top wick, but it open popped. We'll see if it makes a bottom wick and reflips. If it pops up to here before the bottom wick, it's done. But I need a bottom wick and then reflip maybe somewhere above here. We'll see if it makes a 1 minute high or something. We'll see. Alright, there is a bottom wick now coming. A little bit deeper, I would prefer. I'm gonna give it a shot here, basically a little bit higher than where it broke, and see how that goes. Just a little bit higher, basically that 1 minute high that was created. So we'll see if this next one flips. I'll be triggered. What's the difference to this 1 minute high? I think I'm gonna move it to this 1 minute high. 1 point? Yeah. Gonna move it to this 1 minute high. It's only 1 point difference. Yeah, it's gonna be the plan here. Pretty close break-even point. It's not the best, but with volume we should be able to push through this. About 7 points. It's enough to get to break-even, that's for sure. It's definitely enough to get to break-even, you know. SL I'm gonna put below these lows here, about 17 point SL. I'm super duper pumper serious. Sounds good, man. There's an application on the website, man. How many entries do you take? When I take a position, just one entry I'll take on that position. Unless if you watched Friday's stream, last Friday's stream, we did something a little bit different. Now, if this 5 minute close is bearish back inside of the range, I think I'll have to cancel this because it's not making sense. If it closes outside the range, I've seen this is still going to be valid. 1 minute will just make higher lows, right? We just see 1 minute higher lows, higher highs. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But we have a minute, so this next minute candle is going to make the decision. If this just dumps down, then we keep protected for waiting for that bottom wick, right? Bottom wick keeps us protected. Why don't you trade NASDAQ? Because this is a London session. If it was New York session, you probably trade NASDAQ and US 30 are valid, you know? 45 seconds. The thing with DAX is like the last 10 seconds can change the outcome. You saw with that 5 minute that closed above, right? Last 10 seconds was a different outcome. So I'm gonna leave it for now. Right, this is closing below, so I can't really take this because now it's closing back in the range. It changes things a little bit here. I need to just think a little bit, so I'm gonna delete it in case it triggers me, and I'm gonna have a think about how I want to enter right now. I need to have a think about how I want to enter. 4 minutes for this. I mean, ideally I want this 5 to close above here and I can go again. Same as the last position. But it's 4 minutes. That would be perfect because we would have the 15-minute close as well. See if this becomes issues. Yeah, now it's pushed through that. 1 minute close. Yeah. Original buy stop would have survived that. I had to think about it because it's a different trade with 5 minute closing back in the range because we're not basing this on 15, we're basing it on 5. The last thing I want to be doing is get caught out in a fake out. Yeah, it's not based on 15 minute close below. Well, this would have been my break-even zone, so I'm intrigued to see if I would have been stop break-even on that or not. I had to think about it. I had to think about it because it's a different trade. It's a different trade. Yes, 1 minute making higher lows, it makes total sense. But when this closes back in the range, you know, DAX likes to fake out when it closes back in the range. So, and honestly, if I'm being honest, I think I would have been stopped break even with this if this continues a little bit lower. Because if you look how it popped, yeah, for sure, my entry wouldn't have been triggered right at the high. Yeah, that's guaranteed break even. Because my plan from the beginning of this trade was to go break even at the 1 hour. So regardless, even if I got into this position, I would have been out break even. So yeah, it doesn't make me feel that bad, but I'm happy with my decision anyways, because I need time to think, especially if I got triggered and then it started rejecting, flipped and then broke the low to continue down. I would feel extremely bad and be like, that was stupid of me to be greedy and leave my buy stop. So yeah. Well, you're lucky it didn't flip first. If it flipped first, you would have lost. You know, be careful with that. Be careful. Yeah. 5 minute 2083 is valid, yes. It is valid. That would also be the 15-minute close, so it would look nicer. Yeah, above 83. Draw a line on mine. Of course. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be a cool number plate. Better send that. MT5 blue. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You should do it. Now, hopefully it's not like Dubai prices. Dubai prices for number plates are really expensive.
Oh, hell, bro. Nah, hell no. Nah, New Zealand, I don't even know, bro.
Put it. So what, your number plate will be MT5 and then BLU? You can do that?
Yeah, that should be fine, I reckon. I could get a fake license plate, but if I get pulled over, the cop is gonna be like, yo, this ain't registered, bro.
No, see if you can get it. Yeah, it would work.
Yeah, nah, I mean, this country's corrupt as, bro. They give speeding tickets for going 2 kilometers over. You can't be serious. Greedy as government, bro.
Rules is rules, man.
I backed that man on that because I used to live there.
Hey.
Right, 15 close here. So next 5 minute closing above can be valid here. It is going to be a continuation of this, but it might just push through. The only way we will know is when we know. As a Kiwi, I can confirm. Yeah, everyone's confirming with that, man. You got all Kiwis in chat confirming, forming an alliance.
Yeah, bro. Where's all the Kiwis at, bro? I need somebody to help me with Asian session, bro. Honestly.
Bro, Asian session, you guys been working very hard in Asian session. Have you seen how much it's been cooking in Asian session? Check this collaboration.
Bro, I know, the lads have been going crazy. I've just been missing out.
They've been collabing full, man. Look at this. Full, they've been collabing Asian session. I like it.
Exactly. While I'm at the gym, bro, these guys are winning, bro. I'm doing something wrong.
Oh, GJ may be set up too. First setup 2 after big push normally fails. Follows that saying. DAX is gonna annoy me today? Possibly, yes, DAX is gonna annoy me today. Today, there's no way. Even if my buy stop triggered, I would have probably braked even here, if I'm being honest with myself. If I'm being honest with myself, I probably would have, especially that this previous 5 closed back in the range, would have even made me more convinced to close break even, move break even here, because I'm scared this will just retest 1 hour, reject, close back. So if I'm being honest with myself, total conviction that I would have done that. A nice thing I want to experiment here is, let's say I got triggered here, stop loss should go below the range, below the 1 minute structure, trail stop loss. So move stop loss from original here to now below here. So now I'm only risking 3.5 points. Very nice. Five minutes I think is gonna make a bottom wick. Seems like it. That's annoying. Annoying. 1 minute for this 5 to close. Now this 5 is closing. Weird. I wonder if this is a stupid trade. I feel like it's stupid to rip it at these highs here. I really feel like it's stupid. Even though it could work today, I just feel like it's stupid. Yeah, I feel like that's stupid. Look at gold, huh? Fake out and then get boring. Nice little push though. We need to register what time this push. 11:30 was a good push then. Good push. So need to register that time. Even GJ died after that push as well. So no matter how I took GJ today, I would have ended up break even because it didn't give me a 1-to-1. Even with 15-minute stop loss. 15-minute stop loss was 35 pips, so not the full 40 pips. 35 gave me 22. I would have gone break even on that because I would try at least get 80% to TP. A 1 to 0.8 would be acceptable for me. But the question is, what am I gonna close on, right? There's no reason for me to close here. This 15-minute line I just drew right now, for those who are just joining, we didn't know. So realistically, I'm looking to close maybe somewhere here. That's where my target would be. 91,218. So yeah. Strong win today, huh? Okay, probably gonna wrap it here. I'm gonna look back now at this session with you guys quickly to see where I could have entered here. Nothing here. There's no entry here for me. This entry here we were planning to enter. It changed this with this candle. Is this candle enough for me to cut my trade idea? Yes, because did we have a 15-minute close? No, 15-minute close below the zone I'm looking for buys. Valid. So that makes sense why that decision was made. Plus 30-minute did not close yet. So very happy with that. We spoke about gold and we spoke about GJ, right? About how GJ not enough range. We would have ended up break even. On gold though, if I noticed the 15 closing above, I think that was my chance today. But 15 didn't close above. 15 didn't close above any on the broker we were looking at, but on my actual MT5 broker, we did close above and that would have been valid. Still a 40 pip stop loss, so it's still a little bit deeper, but the push it gave at least could have got to break even first. much better than the 30-minute 50 pips stop loss we're looking at. 10 pips does make a difference, right? So that's it, man. That's it. How hot is it can make my morning depressing. I think the wind chill will be about 17 degrees. Need to wear a wetsuit in the water, honestly. Now DAX is rejecting, but overall happy with the decisions made today. Nothing I jumped into caused me to lose. I'm gonna go chill with the guys in the exclusive. Maybe GJ sets up for, actually never mind, I was gonna say a setup number 2, but we're dumping back in the range, so I'm gonna tell them the plan, what I'm looking for. We have New York session today. Yesterday was bank holiday, so I'm actually looking forward. I do think that with how price is forming now, we probably get the secondary move during NY, and that's where I'm gonna capitalize today. Same thing with gold. Gold, we could maybe reverse some of this move during NY if this 4-hour closes bearish back in the range. Only 1 hour 22 minutes for that. So I do appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Take care all. Hopefully catch you tomorrow, Wednesday, Wild Wednesday. Let's get it. Look forward to seeing you guys. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys soon. Peace. See you.